anything, did Joker prove to you during the series?
Say it again?
What, if anything, did Joker prove to you during the series?
Nothing. I know how great he is. I know how great Joker is. There's certain guys in this league that play the game a certain way that I like to play the game as well, and he's one of them. Where you are always off balance when you go into a player like that because his ability to score, rebound, shoot. He sees plays before they happen. There's not many guys in our league like that. So you already knew you was going against a beast once the series started. And not only just about his game, everybody gets cracked up into his stats, but I don't think a lot of people talk about like this part of his game. Well, maybe it's not talked about because a lot of people don't understand it, but I do.
Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. Listen, at some point, we as basketball fans are going to have to admit something. We are taking Nikola Jokic for granted. As wild as that sounds, it's true. He's so consistently great, so effortlessly dominant, that people forget we're watching a once-in-a-century talent doing things we've never seen a center do. He's in that rare LeBron-like category, where greatness becomes normal, and because it looks so easy, everyone stops appreciating it. But every now and then, Jokic drops a reminder, a loud, undeniable message that no, this is not normal, not even close. Because Nikola Jokic just dropped 55 points on 91% true shooting. Let that sink in for a second. 91% true shooting. This wasn't just an MVP performance, this was peak Jokic unleashed. A level of efficiency that breaks analytics, ruins defensive game plans, and makes you question whether he's even human. And the scary part? What he's doing at the start of the 2025-26 season is pushing him into an entirely new tier of dominance, a tier where teams simply do not have an answer for him anymore. Let's break down how he's doing it and why the NBA might be out of solutions. The game plan that backfired. When you understand Jokic as a player, his love for playmaking, his preference for reading a defense instead of just bulldozing through it, the Clippers' plan actually made sense. Tyronn Lue literally said, "We wanted to make him score, take away his passing, make everybody else beat us." And honestly, the numbers backed it up. Throughout his career, the Nuggets have been unbeatable when he gets 10-plus assists. But when he scores 40-plus, the record's closer to 50-50. So the Clippers decided to let the big man cook and cut off the rest of Denver's offense. And technically, they did achieve part of that mission. No other Nugget cracked 18 points. Murray, Gordon, KCP, everybody else looked flat, tired, heavy-legged. They combined to shoot 26 for 61 from the field and a brutal 8 for 28 from 3. Jokic's passing lanes were clogged. He finished with only 6 assists, a season low for the league's best setup man. But here's the problem with trying to solve Jokic. You don't stop him, you just choose how you want to lose. A slow start before the explosion. This was the second night of a back-to-back on the road. The night before, he casually dropped 35, 15, and 7 while barely breaking a sweat. So when he missed 3 of his first 4 shots against the Clippers, it actually felt like maybe LA had something. Yeah, that didn't last. Because then Nikola Jokic basically decided the game was over in the first quarter. He detonated for 25 points in just 12 minutes, outscored the Clippers' entire starting 5 by himself, pulled down 5 boards, and played with a level of control that made defenders look like traffic cones. They tried everything. Single coverage, didn't work. Double teams, didn't work. Physicality, didn't work. Even Zubac and Lopez tagging in and out like WWE partners, didn't matter. Every possession, he calmly walked the Clippers straight into the blender. By halftime, Jokic already had 33 points, slicing a double-digit Clippers lead down to 5. Then he opened the third quarter by hitting his first 7 shots, a 19-point avalanche, and suddenly the game completely flipped. This was unreal efficiency. By the time he checked out at the end of the third, he had 52 points on 22 shots. That's not basketball, that's a cheat code. He returned in the fourth, Denver up 19, just to close it out like a professional. A couple more touches, a couple more buckets, and boom! 55 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers. Read that again. 55 points on 18 for 23 shooting. His shot chart was a masterpiece. 8 for 10 at the rim, 5 for 7 from mid-range, 5 for 6 from 3, 14 for 16 at the line. This wasn't hot shooting. This wasn't luck. This was control, mastery, touch, skill, brilliance. And the wildest part? According to the tracking models, this wasn't just his best game of the season, it was the most productive game of his entire career, regular season or playoffs. Let that sink in. 3 MVPs, finals run after finals run, Game 7 classics, and this is the peak? We might be witnessing the greatest version of Nikola Jokic ever. A historic start to the season. And this isn't just this game. During Denver's 6-game win streak, here's what Jokic is averaging. 35.8 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 73.9% from the field, 55.6% from 3. He is literally the first player in NBA history to average a 35-point triple-double on 60% shooting over a 6-game span. And because Jokic treats the record book like a grocery list, he casually added another absurd feat. He's the only player ever to record in the same season a 50-point game, a 30-15-15 game, and a 25-plus point game with 0 free throws. This man is breaking basketball. The touch that makes no sense. People rave about his passing, but the secret weapon that actually destroys teams is his touch. His floater package is the basketball version of a nightmare. High arcing floaters, same foot, same hand push shots, turnaround bunny hops, off balance wrong foot runners over outstretched arms. Shots that most bigs avoid because they're too hard. Jokic hits them like warm-ups. Normally, forcing a center into floaters means your defense won. With Jokic, it means your defense is already dead. And it's not just scoring. His touch applies to everything. Rebounds, tip-ins, loose balls, bounce passes in traffic. His hands look magnetized. He corrals everything, never fumbles, never panics, never loses control. Pair that touch with bully ball strength, high-level coordination, elite footwork, and 40% three-point shooting, and you get offensive efficiency that breaks the sport. Jokic is shooting 68.4% from the field, which would be the highest ever for anyone attempting at least 10 shots per game, even higher than Wilt. And his 77.3 true shooting, that's on pace to shatter the all-time NBA record. So here's the real question the league has to ask. If taking away his passing doesn't work, and making him score doesn't work, and double-teaming him doesn't work, then what exactly is the solution? Right now, there isn't one. We are watching Nikola Jokic enter a phase of his career where he's too skilled, too smart, too calm, too polished, and too efficient for anyone to figure out. So, appreciate it. Enjoy it. Because we may never see anything like this again. When you talk about a basketball mastermind who cannot be rushed, sped up, or forced into panic, you're talking about a 7-foot offensive engine named Nikola Jokic. The crazy part, as dominant as he is, it already feels like the league has become numb to the greatness, as if historic brilliance is just another Tuesday night in Denver. Right now, Jokic is marching towards setting new all-time marks in some of the most respected advanced metrics in basketball. Win shares per 48, box plus minus, PER, you name it, he's pacing toward the top. But that's just the foundation. He currently leads the league in both rebounds and assists per game, something we've never seen across a full season in NBA history. Wilt led the NBA in total assists back in 67-68, but Oscar still averaged more per game. Jokic is flirting with that kind of dual dominance, except he's doing it in an era where everything is faster, defenses are sharper, analytics are deeper, and spacing matters more than ever. He's on track to become only the 7th player ever to assist on more than half of his team's made baskets. And yes, he's also pushing to join his former teammate Russell Westbrook as the only players in league history to average a triple-double in multiple seasons. But here's the kicker. All of this is happening while his time of possession, usage rate, and total touches are down compared to last year. Denver isn't even overworking him. His post-ups are way down too. Assistant coach David Adelman has flat out said the goal is to get him through games without grinding his body through 25 post-ups a night. And honestly, this shift is paying off big time. Moving him from the low block to the elbows and the top of the key has unlocked an entirely new layer to the Nuggets offense. When Jokic catches it high, defenders have to meet him 20 feet from the basket. That opens the floor like a blooming flower. Backdoor cuts, slips, split actions, dribble handoffs, you name it. According to Synergy, Denver is second in the NBA in possessions that end off cuts, and they're scoring a ridiculous 1.39 points per cut, a number that puts them among the most efficient teams in modern basketball. When Jokic is orchestrating, when he becomes that offensive quarterback, Denver's scoring machine becomes basically unstoppable. With him on the floor, they're posting 131.3 points per 100 non-garbage time possessions per cleaning the glass. That's beyond elite. That's best ever offense territory. And the wild part? It legitimately feels like they haven't even peaked. Christian Braun and newcomer Cam Johnson are shooting 21% from deep, numbers that should climb as they continue getting the same clean, wide-open looks created by the gravitational pull of the Joker. And those looks aren't going away. Send help at Jokic and he'll dish out assists like candy. Play him straight up and he'll dissect you with footwork, touch, and patience until you're begging for a double team again. It's a never-ending loop with no solution. This recent outing marked his 5th career 50-point game in both regular season and playoffs combined, but unbelievably, the first time Denver actually won the game. Last year, he scored a career-best 61 with 11 rebounds and 10 assists, the most points ever in a triple-double, but Denver still fell to Minnesota in overtime. That one stuck with him, and this time he finally got to pair the dominance with a victory. Denver moved to 9-2 after this win, while the Clippers slid to 3-11. And remember, this was their first meeting since Denver knocked LA out of the playoffs in 7 games last season. Jokic averaged just 24 a night in that series, one of his lowest postseason scoring outputs ever, and Ivica Zubac usually does a good job making him work. Not this time. Jokic shredded them, going a perfect 7 for 7 in the third quarter, turning a tight game into a blowout as the Nuggets stretched their lead to over 20 in the second half. The 2023 Finals MVP knows how special this team can be. Denver owns the league's second-best defense, trailing only the defending champion Oklahoma City. To combine that with Jokic's level of offensive control, that's terrifying for the entire league. Even on the second night of a back-to-back, even without Cam Johnson and Christian Braun down the stretch, the Nuggets handled business. Nikola Jokic has always been one of one, but this version, this is something the NBA has never encountered. Smarter, more polished, more precise, and somehow even more unguardable. This isn't a chase for MVP, this is a chase for basketball perfection. If you think Jokic is on pace for one of the most efficient seasons ever, smash that like button and tell me below, what's scarier, his passing or his ridiculous touch around the rim? Don't forget to like and subscribe for daily updates.